All right, guys, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's get into it. Let's get into it here. So, kicking off the last trading week for July, still deep in its earnings. We've had a pretty significant last week. Had that nice run up in the beginning, but had that strong sell off into the close on Thursday and Friday, pretty much erasing all of SPY's gains of the week's session. We're looking at a 2-minute chart of SPY here. So, we're seeing a little bit of gap up this morning. Bull trap or positioning, guys? What are we thinking here? So clearly, you have a lot of real estate to the upside with that 327.25 overhead. With obviously a lot of eyes on it. To the downside, let's look at the 15-minute. A lot of real estate down here to this 312. It's a pretty interesting week. Obviously, the China-U.S. Tension is escalating. The initial stimulus package that all the Americans got months ago is coming to an end. Unemployment situation coming to an end shortly here at the end of the month. The PPP program obviously escalated cases, declining cases, mixed headlines to the upside or to the downside. Who knows what's up? Who knows what's down? At the end of the day, we know price action. We know what's going on. You can't hide levels on a chart. You can bullshit headlines here and there, but levels are levels. So keep that in mind, guys, for this week's session. So no one's going to forecast what's going to happen to the upside or downside. Just know that 319 gets breached. We may have a pretty heavy drop to that 312, but don't forget about the traps as well along the way. Again, if we continue to break through this pre-market highs, right now it's 322. Obviously can continue to creep higher. We're still pretty early in the pre-market session, so at 327 is a possibility as well. That being said, trade the momentum, guys. Trade the momentum. Let's get into it. All right, we don't have much kicking off today's session. For the week's session. We're looking at AutoNation for the first one on the list. We have a price target of 62. Had a pretty significant run. Look for some reversals pretty much in the beginning of the session or the week for that matter, but wouldn't be too surprised if we do tap that 62 in this week's session. Again, it's got to hold this 53. Any pullbacks to that level, look for considerable bounces and higher lows. If that's the case, look for the 54.96, call it 55 break to that 62 level. Next up, got Kirkland KL gapping up pre-market. Not a lot of volume, not much going on. We have an overhead was right there, 51.20. That said, after that, there's no resistance. We do like that no resistance situations here. So we're going to continue to monitor this. We want to see the volume step in and take this thing up and below to the 51.20. Look for some traps around that level if we do continue to push higher in the pre-market as we get to the bell. But that being said, look for higher prices for this week's session. Myrna getting back into it. Guys, you know it's healthcare. You know how it goes with these guys. Press release here, press release there. Reports here, reports there. This morning it's gapping up. Obviously, you have overhead at that 84, then we got 87.50, then we got 95. So there's a lot of room to run, but it did sell off quite hard, guys. So we've seen reversal back up to this level. Who's to say? But just trade the momentum, guys. You know how the market goes. Obviously a lot of market participants are looking for kind of the Hail Mary. So if they want to push it higher, ride the momentum. That's how it goes. So again, any reports coming out, take them with a grain of salt. You know how we feel about that kind of stuff. Trade what you see, guys. Trade the momentum. These levels break, they're going to go further than you expect. QRVO up next. Look for some more selling, guys. We got a few more points to the downside. Overall 108, 110.25 should be a little bit of a bounce. But, they've had a pretty shitty couple of days. They dropped significantly from their highs on Thursday. What are we down? 8.5%, guys, almost $10, significant. So anyway, keep that in mind. Look for continued selling. Look for this, if this and that 111.31 gets taken out, you know what we're doing. Wrapping up TSM, guys, gapping up pre-market, no resistance above. Got decent volume, 12.5 average. Not much, obviously, pre-market volume. Well, actually, no, it's more than some. We want to see a little bit more, of course. That being said, we do like the action. It's obviously trading below VWAP right now, but it's still very early in the session. Look for this bounce around the 77. If it continues to sell off, you see the spike here. It's pretty much a dead giveaway. Look for how it's going to perform around that level. If it remounts VWAP, if it continues to sell pre-market into the bell, but remounts VWAP into the session, look for this break to the upside and taking out the 80 to the run. So that's what we got, guys. We got the 5 going in right now. Obviously, what we're going to do throughout the week. Members are going to get videos on that. Everything else, reach out to us if you have some questions. All right, guys, have a great week session, and as always, respect your stops, guys. Any question, members, reach out to us. Have a good one.
Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos.